Alright, so this is the poem that I wrote for the Local Lovers open mic. As I explained then, I have a habit of getting drunk and reading philosophy books 4 in the morning. So it'd make more sense, I swear, you know? Like when you read Myth of Sisyphus and you're just reading the same sentence over and over and over again. You get it. This one I was reading Wittgenstein. He's German, so you pretty much have to be drunk to get it. He wanted to boil the entirety of philosophy down to very simple logic problems. And I thought I would try to do the same with a love poem. If you're not familiar with if-then statements, you know, they're also called implications. Very simple, you know, if something's true, then this must be true. So this poem's called If Then. Man, this is just in my face. Okay.
Feel free to
move around.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you crossed a crowded bar, if I stared too long, if you were a dream of God's own face, if the visible nape of your neck, if taste, if want older than stone sank through you, if your hips, if all else, if shot through with beauty like an exposed bone, if the moon then, if like a mad thing pulling its hair through its teeth, if I am chased from mirrors by ghosts, if a wrist exposed, if adrift, if the tongue on teeth sticks, if the lips burn raw, if bit, if half the words are risked for better sound, if beneath beauty and ache, if I said sleep, if I said dream a less delicate life, if coddled, if cooled, if your stitches caressed, if in you there are 4 winds, if in me twin fires, if I curved around you like melted butter, if I slipped my hands beneath, if you gave me your neck, if my teeth, if I am taught with expectancy, if what is if what was, if you were meat, if bread, if when I tear into you, if yet, if even, if you, if I, if then. All right, this next one is actually one I wrote for my baby brother. He was a Navy corpsman in Afghanistan, served with the 2nd Battalion, 6th Division Marines. I actually wrote it for him before he went, and then didn't read this poem the entire time he was there, and he's back, so I get to read it now. This is called What I Meant to Say. I never wrote you a note because I was too busy, too tired, too depressed, too gone, to notice every year I let slip by, you growing into a man every day, every hour, every minute, every second away from you, turning more and more into the man I want to be. And little brother, I never got a chance to tell you what I meant to say. What I meant to say, little brother, is when you stood in front of everyone in the high school and pledged to serve your country, and every last motherfucker in there applauded you, I felt fire inside, my gut full of pride, and thousands of people knowing that that was my brother. What I meant to say, little brother, was when you were 17 and I was 22, caught up in a hell that tore me from you, and all you could think to do was to take me outside, and we hit each other like slabs of meat until our lips were fat and blood poured from our noses and tears from our eyes, until we stood in stunned silence, throats bared before each other, hearts pounding like a storm in our chests, and we both knew we had rent something we didn't have the words to repair. And some part of me is still left standing there, broken, like dreams, and bent back and it seems, little brother, what I meant to say to you is when you're over there, if you so much as think of doing something heroic, turn around and run back through the fields and the hills until the years fall away, and we were brothers by blood and by birth and by love, and nothing could tear us apart, least of all the wars of men and our fists at each other's throats. And you run, little brother, you run back home to me, because, little brother, I never had a chance to tell you what I meant to say. This one actually I wrote for a friend. He did a little night that was beat poetry. He said, "Come read," and I said, "I don't write beat poetry." He said, "Well, write a beat poem." So I gave it a shot. This one's called Carmen Sandiego, because she's the one we're all looking for. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Almond eyes, yellow plumage high, cheekbones, coat as red as a pregnant woman, hand in the bird, Charlemagne Santiago, unite pale squalid France, chilly like an idea of order in a subtropical hurricane, care of the herd, Carmen Miranda, dance like sugar plums and sauce, mac and cheese, shake that ass, boo, do you see the phantom cat she avoids in her gait? Skin it, he said, rubbing the bottom of my palm and firing 2 finger pistols into my gut. Nightclubs in Havana filled with gangsters, packing colored drinks like plastic hummingbirds. Whirl, furl, unfurl the banners for the Sino, Dino, man of war in supine position on a strawberry kiwi recliner. Ache, shake and bake those breasts back to and fro while I stare down your dress and think of blonde legs on a teeter-totter. Capistrano, pour honey on my belly, put flecks of rheingold in my eyes, fine gold teeth on the black man's tongue, rocks on the rocks and roll over and over me, calliopegously, with that big, beautiful bottom. My erection in slacks says, I am a coffin. Coming close, pulled by gravity, small enough it exists in the crook of your index finger. Crooked little girl fried me in molasses, Manassas. 3rd time's the charm, she pulls me out onto the street, kisses me, open mouth like an ashtray full of Christmas tree gin. I nod to a ginger-headed man who bums me a cigarette. What's the sound of one hand groping? I fire a finger pistol. She grabs her heart. Smoke rolls from her mouth, and I am white with envy.